Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Everything About Coding. Now we have already started this series that is Python with AI, and we have learned many things till now, right from the chatbot to text to speech, from speech to text also we have learned, right? But the thing is, these programs that we are running, these programs are on the local machine. So we are running these programs on the local machine. Now, when we talk about AI, so AI basically is all about data. It's all about the big data. So when we run these programs on the local machine, they take a lot of processing time. Some of the programs will take a lot of time. Till now we have just used very small programs, so maybe it is not going to affect a lot. But when we start really running some complex code for the AI, so it is going to take a lot of the processing time for your local machine. So your local machine maybe is not the perfect fit for running the AI programs. Otherwise, you really need a machine that is very powerful. It is highly configured machine. In that case, we can run the code smoothly. But then if you do not have a highly configured machine, then we have an alternative, and that is Google Colab. So today we are going to know about the Google Colab. It's very easy to use. So this video is all about the introduction to Google Colab, and this is one of the best platform by Google for running the AI applications. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. So getting started with Google Colab, where we can run the Python and the AI in the cloud, free and easy to use. Okay, so what exactly is Colab? So it's a free Jupyter notebook environment by Google. So if you have previously worked with the Jupyter, so you might have an idea what exactly it is. If not, then I'm going to show everything in this video. It's very simple and easy to use. No setup required because everything is online and runs in the browser and supports Python, AI, and machine learning. And that's the main purpose of us to going to Google Colab and exploring it. Comes with free access of the GPUs and the TPUs. Okay, I'm going to talk about this in a while. So how to go to Google Colab is you need to visit this particular URL. Now we can simply go to Google and type Google Colab, and you will get this link of this URL. So now what we are going to do is we will go to the browser and we will go to this particular, we'll search for the Google Colab, and then we will start exploring the Google Colab. So let's go to the browser. So here we are inside the browser, and over here simply type Google and Colab. That's it. You will get that link. So obviously you have a Google account, so you will be clicking on this link and straight away you will come down to this particular screen where you will be prompted for the recently created notebooks, or you can create a new notebook by clicking on this blue button. Okay, in case if you just miss out something, you cancel it, then we can click on file and then we can click on new notebook in Drive. Please make sure that whatever notebooks that we create, those notebooks will be saved on your local, I mean the Google Drive, on the Google Drive. Okay, so make sure that. So once you click here, okay, I will come back to this page again just to show you. Okay, so you have to click on file and click on new notebook, that is in Drive. So whatever programs and notebooks that you will be creating, it will be saved on your Google Drive. So it is going to take the space of your Google Drive. Okay, so click on new notebook and we are going to land to this particular page, that is this one. Okay, so it is taking a bit of time, but here we are, and now here we can actually start typing the code. Now over here you can see that the name of the file is untitled 0 IP, PY and B. That's IP, that's the extension that the notebooks are saved with. That is I, PY, and B. It stands for Interactive Python Notebook. I, PY, and B. Okay. And you will be coming to this particular screen. So the first thing that we will be doing is, we will be going to the settings and do certain configuration. That is, here is the button, that is the settings icon over here. Just click on that and the settings pop-up will be in front of you. The first thing that we will do is the theme. What kind of theme do you require? At the point, it is adaptive, but I like the darker theme, so I'm going to keep the theme as darker. So this will be in the darker mode. Okay. And then we can click on the show desktop notification for completed executions. We do not require that. By default, we want the page to be horizontal, and right now custom snippet notebook URL, we don't require that at this point. Okay. So from here, I've just taken the darker theme and then click on the editor, and you can see that darker theme has came into effect. Okay, so default is dark, and we can actually have many, basically the default dark. In under the dark theme also we have many more. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it as the default dark, and then the editor key binding, I'm going to keep it as it is. The font size, okay, for the tutorial purpose, I'm going to make it as 28 so that the font size is big enough and you can see the code without any issues. Okay. And rest of the things, I will keep it as it is. Okay. Few things that I've done, that is show line numbers. Okay. If this is unchecked in you can just check it. So it will show the line numbers of the code. Okay. And that's it. If you really want the line numbers, you can keep it as it is. Then we also have the AI assistants. We are going to look at this in the later part. So right now we just went to the editor and we went for the darker theme. Okay, that was under the site, and then under the editor, we have increased the font size. Okay, and the font size is 28. And now I'm going to click on save. So now we have this theme in front of us with the font size 8. So you can customize it as per your requirement. So now what you see in front of you is there is one darker cell over here. This is called as the cell. Everything is under a cell. We type the code inside a cell. We can have multiple cells. For example, I can simply type over here print, and then I will say hello world, right? And over here you can see that is the arrow to run this particular line of code. If I click over here, and we will be running that particular code, and we will see the output. Okay, so this is a cell, and inside that cell we can type the code. As you can see, there is output in front of you, that is hello world. We can clear the selected output and again we can run it. Okay, so this was one cell. We can add as many cells as we want. I can type a complete program inside this cell, just like a is equal to 2, b is equal to 5, and then simply I can print a plus b, and I can run this code, right? And we can see that output. As you can see, there are line numbers over here. Since I've checked that I have ticked the checkbox, and that's the reason we have these line numbers over here, right? So you can type the entire code. Now as you hover down your mouse, okay, you just come down and hover down, you will see you can add another code. So this becomes my another cell. This was the first cell, this becomes my next cell. So I can simply have some other code over here like hello world, and then I can run this and I can see the output. Okay, so over here these are two cells, and this is the notebook. So by default, actually I just forgot to rename the notebook. So right now I will just rename the notebook like tutorial collab tutorial dot IPYNB. right? That is interactive Python notebook. So there are two cells over here. We can actually shift the cells upside down with this particular arrow over here. So if you click on this arrow, it moves up. So we can actually move these cells up and down. I can also bring it down again, right? So this is how we can work with cells. Every cell is independent and we can type the code. And the most important thing is we can actually share this code and we can share it with other, the Jupyter coders, right? There is a link over here, copy link to cell, and that link we can just simply over here, you can see, you click over here and that link we can basically share it with others, right? So you can share your notebook with others. Now, the best thing about this Colab is, now I'm just talking about the Jupyter right now, how the Jupyter basically works. Okay, I've just given you a brief idea. Okay, but let's come back to the Colab. Now, why do we require a Colab? As I've said in the introduction of this video, that for running the AI, we require a powerful processor. So this particular Colab is like a powerful online processor for running the AI code. Also, a lot of packages are pre-installed, which otherwise we need to install it and then we need to run the program. As you have seen in the previous video, we need to install a lot of packages and then we used to run the program. It's not like all the packages, everything is included. There might be packages that need to be installed, so we can install it, and that too we can do it with the Jupyter so easily. So if I just click over here and then there is a new cell that comes over here, I'm going to just pull it down over here, right? And I can simply use that pip command that I was using in the previous video. But over here, make sure you start the pip command with the exclamation mark and then pip install, and then whatever package you need to install, you need to specify that name and then simply click over here to install that particular package. Okay, it is as simple as that. Okay, so very simply we can actually install the packages in case it is not that, and then we can start coding. Also, what you can see over here, since I got this new cell over here, there is already a message that is start coding or generate with AI. Now this is also a newly feature that is added to the Colab. So if I click on generate, so I can directly type something what I want. For example, write a program. Okay, write a program for even and odd, a simple Python program. So if I click on generate, and then it will generate that code in front of me, right? And you can see that's the code in front of us, right? So easy. So if there is any quick code that you require, any kind of requirement, so you can use this, right? So this is one of the cell. Then again I can open another cell and type something, or again I can generate the code with the help of AI. Okay, so this is about the Colab, and if you just see over here, okay, that is RAM and disk. So if you click over here, it actually shows you that the total RAM that you have, that is around 12.7 GB, and the disk space is 37.3 GB. So that is the configuration that is available free of cost to you to run the AI, right? And any other program, anything that is requiring a lot of processing for that purpose. Now, another thing is if you click on runtime, okay, and just go to change runtime type, click over here, and over here you can see that you have that is a runtime type is Python 3, and then the hardware acceleration that you have is CPU by default. So by default, it is CPU, but if you want, you can change it to the GPU. Now, what is GPU? That is graphics processing unit, and everybody knows about this, right? So graphics processing unit is basically used for high processing, that requires anything that requires high processing. So if there is a graphic designing or there is a rendering of a video to be done. So there are so many softwares that require high processing, like the you know the Maya software, the 3D Max. Such softwares require high processing, and for that GPU processor is required. So a normal CPU basically will not work. And then we also have a TPU. Now TPU is a tensor processing unit, and this has been developed by Google itself. This is basically for AI processing. So you can use a GPU and TPU, okay? But GPU has many other things. As I said, it is basically used for graphic processing, for high definition video games, for the animations, and the 3D Max softwares. And TPU is basically done for the AI processing. Okay, so you can use the GPU or the TPU. This is absolutely free of cost. If you want the other processor, then in that case, you need to purchase the additional compute unit, and you need to purchase the subscription for it. But at this point, it is absolutely not required. Whatever has been given free, it is more than sufficient. Okay, so that is all about the runtime type that is available to us. Another thing that I wanted to show you is if you just hover it down, so you will get the option to code. So it will add another cell, but we also have a text option. So if you click on text, you can simply type some text. Whatever text you want to type, you can type over here. So simply you can type anything over here, like program for, for addition of two numbers, right? So this is simply a text and that's it. So if I want this to just move up, so I can move up, right? And you can see over here, now the text is over here, right? Program for addition of two numbers and then the code. So it makes a lot of sense. So in between, if you want to add some text, you can do so by clicking on the text button out here. Another thing is, like, whenever you want to add a cell, basically you need to come down to the last cell and then you can add the code. So it will be the at the last. Okay, so the code will be added at the, the cell will be added at the last. But if you want to add somewhere in between, for example, I want you click on that cell and I want the new cell to be after this. So you can do that as well, okay, by just hovering over here and then adding it. Or you can simply click on insert and you can add the code cell over here also. Okay, so this is how we can do it. Next thing, like if you want to run all the cells at one time, you can click on the option that is run all. So if you click on run all the cells, all the codes will get executed, and you can see the output over here, that is 7 and hello world. So this is how you can run all the cells at one time. And as I said that this particular notebook is getting saved in your Google Drive. So if you click on file, and you can see that I can actually locate that in my drive. So if I click over here, then it will open my Google Drive, and inside that Google Drive, you can see, we can see that file name, that is Colab tutorial IPYNB, that is interactive Python notebook. So this is how you can locate your file into the Google Drive. So I hope that these things are very much clear to you. And in case you want to delete any cell, so we can just come over here. For example, I want to delete this particular cell. So you can just come over here, and that is the delete cell icon. You click on that and that cell will be deleted. So right now we only have, okay, I'll delete this also. Now we have only one cell. As I said, this is one of the perfect platform for running the AI applications. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to paste the code that was related to machine learning, which we took it in the previous video. So I'm going to paste that code right away in front of you, and you can see that we have used the uh, you know, the modules, the scikit module, right? The scikit learn module that we had used, and we had not basically installed that module, the package over here. But if I try to run this, and you can see that it is basically running successfully. So if I give the input like 3.7, and it is still taking some time. Okay, so obviously it is going to take some processing time for us. So you can give that input. Now, the point I want to tell you is the scikit-learn or any other module, it is almost all preloaded on this platform. But in case if they are not preloaded, you can simply open a new cell, right? You can simply open a new cell and you can use the exclamation mark, then pip install, and then the name of the package, and you can install that package. It is so easy to use. So this is all about the Google Colab. Almost all I have covered everything, and the reason that we need to use the Colab is because it's online, and all the hardcore processing that is required, it is going to be done online and on the Google platform. So the local machines, as we are going to progress with the series, so the local machine may not be capable of running all the Python programs which is related to the AI, and in that case we will be using the Colab. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, you have gained some knowledge, and if you really feel that I'm giving you some content, do like and subscribe to my channel, and we will meet in the next video. Thank you so much.